Hola from the west side. It is me, DCThePurpleDiva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Thursday, y'all. Miss y'all yesterday, but I decided to give YouTube a break for one night and just kind of chill with the fam. Thanks, DLD. Yeah, it's getting serious out there, y'all. So now, the United States has surpassed China. I guess we have more cases, active cases, based on how many people are in our country. Hope people aren't going stir crazy already, because it looks like this is going to be a long ride, y'all. And so, locally, LA County Sheriff is playing with us. Because first he says he wants all the gun stores closed, then he backs off and says no. Now he's back to he wants the gun stores to close again. Telling you, people are going to lose their little freaking minds if they feel like their Second Amendment rights are being messed with. Hey, Tatted Hearts. Hey, Levin Bill. Hey, Carolyn. So, and the mayor of Los Angeles got on the horn again today, talking about the Los Angeles area. And, they want people to continue to do the social distancing. And, the city is open, but only for essential services, all of that. And he still believes that we are days behind New York. Which has been just hit majorly. And as I told you guys yesterday, it's starting to hit the continent. Because it's as we're going into spring, the southern hemisphere is going into winter. So they're predicting a potential second wave of this. Y'all. Yep. Schools in California are out until, it looks like until May 1st now. We've got medical schools, at least I believe in New York, that are graduating medical doctors early so that they can get out there and try to help. Because health professionals in the hospitals are getting sick. Hey, Uppity Unicorn. Yeah. And I know the teens are probably, y'all are losing y'all minds. Y'all are bored. I was in a chat earlier today, and some teenager from the middle of the country dropped in the chat and then jumped up on the panel acting silly. So apparently they're on lockdown in Wyoming, y'all. All 100,000 of them. And I learned that they actually do have some cases up in the Dakotas. I believe it's in North Dakota. So this is hitting all over the country. There's not a safe spot. There's not a safe spot. There's really not a safe spot in the world other than inside your house. All right, Miss Uppity. Hey, Miss Mahogany. But there's been some interesting conversations going on today on YouTube, y'all. Some people are losing their minds because, they're in one house, their significant other is someplace else, and everybody's on lockdown. So people are having to get creative with, how they staying in contact and how they keeping things, good for them, And, at my house, I'm just waiting for my son to think he's going to get froggy up in here again. We only in the second week of this, and I understand that he's on lockdown. I let him go outside for a minute, hang out in front by the side of our house. But where are you going to go? Can't go to work. His work shut down. So he's doing what most young people are doing. They're either on the internet or sleep half the day. And then they're up all night long. Easter egg hunting. Don't nobody in DC send your children over to the White House for the Easter egg hunt. First of all, the Easter egg hunt is on Easter Monday, and it's usually the less fortunate children in Washington, D.C. I've been to that Easter egg hunt with some of my friends because we would consider the less fortunate, even though, my dad is a doctor, but they need to know that. And this was actually during the Nixon years. Those Easter egg hunts are fun, but they just make the White House look like they're doing something good for Black kids. And they don't need to be nowhere near that White House doing COVID-19. That's just my opinion. Especially since even though DC is not as Black as it used to be, there's still a lot of Black people in that town. And they would still be the target because they would be the ones who have the least wealth. Because it's not going to look good if they have, the wealthy people and their kids up there. Mind you, they're not coming up there. Nobody's coming to this Easter egg hunt. He's out of his freaking mind with that. No, we have surpassed China. Miss Pamela, they're saying we have surpassed China. We are now number one. How the heck are we number one when it started in China? Something's wrong with those figures. Something's wrong with those figures. Y'all think about it. Hey, YouTuber. What did Level First say? Oh, deal, are you ready for Saturday? I'm ready. I'm ready to see this. That's going to be interesting, especially with all the foolery that's been going on all week with 45. You should have fun. In 2003, we had a cure. Yet miraculously, we don't have one right now, huh? Isn't that interesting? And did y'all hear about that man that was trying to pan off some fake cure? It was on TMZ today. How? That's what I'm saying, DOD. But it doesn't make any sense that we surpassed them. I think that's a lie. I know that we've got a lot of cases of people who have tested positive for corona. And the death toll is going up. That's no joke. They still don't know if that teenager here in Los Angeles County, if it was actually COVID-19 with that teenager. CDC is supposedly doing an investigation. So they're still not counting that teenager in the Los Angeles County numbers. But if they do, then, because I think right now we're at 21 deaths in Los Angeles County. 21. You know, and Los Angeles County is about the size of New York City itself. Let's think about that. That's how big New York is. Our county, the county I live in, can fit in the city of New York. I'll let that marinate with y'all. When you think about that, that's just in the city of New York. The county, and this is a really big county. In New York, and the majority of what's going on in New York is in the city. And the majority of what's going on in Los Angeles County is in the city of Los Angeles. You know? So, and someone told me that they've shut down the liquor stores and 7-Elevens in Northern California, in the Bay Area, in San Francisco. And I think I mentioned that last night. Now, you know they're not going to do that down here. Because 7-Elevens are considered essential. Of course, they've made a lot of changes in the 7-Eleven. For those of you who go to 7-Eleven, like, you know how they had changed it to people can get their own, like, hot dogs and stuff? That's gone. They're back to them getting them for everybody now. And you can't even get your own coffee if you're going in there to get your little $1 cup of coffee. You have to pay for it and they get it for you. Yep, that's how they're doing it. In the 7-Elevens that are in Los Angeles County. And I know that because I've been to several of them. And when I was in one of them, there was actually a regional, like one of the area supervisors in there explaining to the franchisee the changes that they needed to make. And this was like a couple of days ago. Hey, Light Bearer. But one thing that I'm noticing is that we're starting to get a lot more commercials about 5G right now. Just think about that. They're starting to talk about it a lot more. Like encouraging people to get it so that they can keep their communication lines open. Don't do it. Stick to 4G if you've got it. Don't go to 5G. Not right now. I believe you, Miss Pamela. They wouldn't want to fund it. See, David over here getting froggy, y'all. He didn't run up the stairs because we're not having that. I'm trying to keep a nice zen attitude, especially because I was off today. So I was up in a chat earlier today that should have probably been a nighttime chat. Like 3 hours. 3 hours. And I thought about going live today, but I was so busy in other people's chats. So maybe I'll go live tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow too. Off with nothing, nowhere to go. So, you know, I got up this morning and I got dressed. I woke up. I still woke up early. I was pissed. I woke up early and I was up. And I was dressed. And I had me 2 cups of coffee that I made myself. Because we're not going to 7-Eleven right now. No, 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 no. Not going out there and getting the Rona. I'll make my coffee at home. Got green tea too. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly, Light Bearer. Don't get 5G right now, y'all. Don't do it. And I believe, let's see, like Sprint is now going to be part of T-Mobile, y'all. And I believe T-Mobile is one of the ones that's pushing for that 5G stuff. So those who have Sprint, they're going to be trying to push everybody to 5G. I don't know if the iPhone 11s are 5G or are 5G capable. Because Sprint didn't have no 5G. Sprint was on 4G. But guys, think about this. If you have routers in your house, some of the routers, and I noticed this on mine runs for wireless on 2G and on 5G on my router. So watch your routers too if you've got things running wireless in your house, because most of us have a router on top of whatever we got from our internet provider. See, that's what I'm saying, Light Bearer, because I have Sprint, but now we're going to be T-Mobile. Like, I think it's, you know, they're going to consolidate everything over to T-Mobile like next month or something. But Sprint wasn't on 5G. They're on 4G. And I hate T-Mobile because they have the worst billing system in the world. I hate their billing system. It sucks. Now, I have an iPhone. I have the 10 Max. So whatever the 10, but I was thinking about getting 11, but I'm wondering if the 11 is 5G. Hey, Terry. That was very good commentary earlier, bro. I'm glad you're back to doing your thing. You have the XR Max? Yeah, I just have the X. I guess it's the Max, the 10 Max Pro, whatever. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. I know it's the 10 Max. Yeah, I'm gonna mute you guys for just 1 second. We have to have a word with my son. I'll be back in a minute. 1 moment. Sorry about that, you guys. For those who do not know, I have an adult son with autism. So, yeah. And he's going to stir crazy, and I understand that. But we're going to have to find some adaptive behaviors for the circumstance, you know. Oh, you got another one coming up? Okay, cool. I'm back. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I had to go handle. We had to go handle some stuff over here. You know, this is, and I'm going to put up a I'm going to upload a vlog on things that people can do if they're caregivers for you know, teens and adults on the spectrum that are, you know, locked down during this time, and just some things that you can do with them, especially if they're ones who are not real verbal, you know, and they're not really social in the first place. So the social distancing part, it's a little hard for them to understand. So I'm going to probably put something up just to kind of give some guidance, just from my own personal experience going through this with my son. But yeah, he's upstairs in his room now. So we're gonna continue on. That's another reason why I didn't go live today, because I was like, okay, if I start live, am I gonna be able to stay on? Because I was in my room. But people have been having issues with StreamYard today on YouTube. Hi, Sienna. Okay, cool. That'll be cool. That'll be cool, Terry. Yeah, we missed you giving us our education on Pan-African Congress. I'm glad to see you're back on here. Yes, you can, people can connect in my stream. This is not what you call a growth stream, but please, you know, everyone introduce yourselves and, you know, do it the right way. You know what the right way is? That means if you choose to subscribe to someone, you have to watch a video and you must leave a genuine comment. Not just that I saw you in DC stream. Okay, so. Yeah, I know it's like a lot of people, it's hard for them right now. And then now you can't even go walk in the park, even if, you know, for those who would practice social distancing, because the other people ruined it for you. You know, they ruined it for everyone. There were people who were just doing stupid stuff, you know. I'm sure, you know, I don't know why anybody would want to be on the beach, though. That one I'm just not understanding. But there were people, and they were not practicing social distancing. They were just hanging out, sun worshiping. And it's not even that warm. It's not even that warm, y'all. It's not summer. Because if it was summer, we probably wouldn't be going through this. But we're coming off of winter, and it's still snowing in parts of the country. Still snowing. Hey, Miss B-Town. Hey, Green Organic. Hey, Miss Bennett. Whoa, where are all these people coming from? Hi, everybody. We just in here chilling. I don't know what is going on with all of this stuff. But I don't believe our must be a raid. It might be. Are you guys aren't, nobody's raiding me. Nobody raids me. Green Organic. I haven't seen you in a, thank you. Yeah, I know. Girl, I be in the closet in your stuff sometimes, just watching from the clouds. You got a Energizer Bunny battery. Oh, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. But I'm not going to believe anything 45 is saying, y'all. I mean, I believe that we are in a serious time, you know, but realistically, people do not think that we are going to be out there skipping, you know, down the street singing Kumbaya the day after Easter. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. You know, I don't know what rose-colored glasses he has on, but the rest of us are watching as this is really literally now jumping off in other places that it wasn't jumping off in. Did I not say that it is now starting to appear more in Africa? And I think that might have to do with those Ethiopians. It was like 200 and something people in Ethiopia who had gone to Italy that brought it back to Italy, brought it back from Italy to Ethiopia. And that was what, like a week ago? And now this week, we're starting to see it spike in countries in Africa. It's starting to go up. Yeah, he lost his mind. Did he ever have his mind? Did he ever have a mind? Does this man ever have it together? He's speaking against his own medical advisors, what they are saying. How many of y'all have seen those commercials popping up with that lady? Her commercials are popping up all over the place. If you're on cable, they're on cable. If you're on regular TV, she's on regular TV too. If you're on your Fire Stick, she's popping up on programming on the Fire Stick. And she's saying everything contrary to what he's saying. Like today, I didn't even listen to him because after listening to him every day, I just couldn't do it another day. So today I decided to listen to the mayor of Los Angeles, hear what he had to say. You know, but I can't with 45 right now. He needs a come to Jesus moment. Really, he does. Hey, Mr. Fulton Moraz, how are you? Because I couldn't do him today. You know, it was my day off. I was supposed to be at a conference, by the way. Conference was canceled, you know, COVID-19. Well, I take that back. It was not canceled. It was postponed to a later date. So it's going to be later on sometime this year. You know, and it's fine. It was someplace local. You know, it was a women's conference. You know, but we'll have that women's conference later on. And the play that I'm in, you guys, has been pushed out to July. You know, because we were supposed to be doing the play, in 2 weeks? Yeah, we were. Actually, we were going to be doing it the day before Easter. Because this Sunday, you guys, those of you who are religious and do go to church, it's supposed to be Palm Sunday. But nobody's going to be at church getting those palms. Nobody's going to be at church getting those palms. So, and then next Sunday is supposed to be, is when Easter is supposed to be celebrated. So do you really think that our country is going to be able to open back up for business just because 45 doesn't want there to be a recession? On FYI, for those of you who are looking for that $1,200 check, it's going to be based on your 2018 tax returns that you filed last year if you don't file your 2019 returns. So you see why I said file your 2019 returns. Don't listen to this man. Don't wait to July. If you don't owe them money, go ahead and file your stuff. But get whatever's coming back to you plus this little $1,200. And then my question is for people like my son who do not actually file tax returns, but he's supposed to be eligible too because he's an adult. However, I don't know how it's going to work for him. I got to figure that part out. Are they going to give him the full $1,200, or is he going to get the $500 because I claim him on my tax returns? These are the questions that someone needs to answer for me. You have all these people who don't normally file tax returns because they don't normally make enough money to file tax returns, who supposedly are going to be covered under this. Wow, we got a lot of folk up in here. Hey, teacher. You still not feeling well? I'm so sorry about that, Mr. Fulton. So I'm just trying to explain to y'all the quickness with which this man wants this to happen. And it's about the capitalism. It's about the money. But you're about to sign this huge bailout thing, okay? Because it's only gone through the Senate. We're still waiting for the House. And then after the House signs off on it, then it goes to the president. And they're saying that it could take, 3 weeks, because how are they going to work out the logistics? How are they going to work all that out? Do you need to be waiting for a check to come to your mailbox? Or is it going to be direct deposited in your account? But you see, they don't retain your direct deposit information from last year. So you would have to go to irs.gov and give them that information. Like now, if you want them to direct deposit your money. Just a little FYI. Just telling y'all that. Hey, Matt. Oh, they're violating the quarantine down here too, Terry. I mean, but a lot of people are not, but there are people who are. That's why the numbers in LA County just keep going up. I mean, you get bored watching all the movies and everything. You have to keep yourself busy. Thank God I'm working, so just these 2 days I'm off, and I slept. Took me a long nap today. Hadn't taken a nap like in the afternoon in I don't even remember when. I don't remember when the last time I was able to do that. Took a nice long shower. Did all the things, the things that I usually rush through. So I enjoyed the day off. I enjoyed the entertainment across YouTube in the last 24 hours as well. Because we all know that while we're all quarantined, the messy people just continue to be messy and do stupid stuff, while other people are trying to, be somewhere else. They want to be over here still. So they continue to do what they normally do, I guess. Hey, Mahogany Roots. We got both the Mahoganies in here. Yep, we're trying to keep safe. We're trying to keep safe. I'm up in this house. However, I did go out today. I wasn't out for long though. I was in the search for bread and eggs. And the grocery store said they'll have some in tomorrow. So I'm gonna go in the morning. Gonna go again in the morning. But I'm glad I went out because like places that one of the places where I have an account that I need to pay a bill tomorrow, I had to make an appointment. They were like, well, you can pay it over the phone. You don't need to come in. I said, oh, no, I'm coming in because I want to make sure that you do it right, that money's in your hand right then, and that you don't decide to wait around till next week to take the money in my bank. I hate that when you do the electronic ones. But anyway, yeah, that's how they were doing it. Everyone had to have an appointment to come in there. And if I had not gone over there today, then I would have been refused service tomorrow, and I would have been pissed. Let me tell you that. I'm definitely, you're always in my prayers, and definitely, yeah, because I don't like that you're still, in so much pain. I think I'm getting a toothache, but I'm going to just have to take a painkiller for it because can't go to the dentist right now. That is not considered emergency services. Nor would I want anybody breathing anywhere near me in a dentist's office right now. So I guess when we come out of this lockup, I'll go and find out what the pain is, even if it's still not here. Because I'm sure it's there for a reason. But I'm going to keep you in prayer, Mr. Fulton. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, you guys, here, I think. We need the watering of the earth right now. We really, really do. Because it'll cleanse some of this stuff that's coming through. We need the watering of the earth right now, for real, for real. I'm telling you, Terry, I wish I had bought like 4 loaves when I did buy it. So when I do find some bread, I'm buying me 4 loaves. I promise you. I'm buying like 4 loaves of bread. So I'm going to go to the Latino market tomorrow and see if I can get the hand cut bread. Because, at this point, who cares? I just want bread. Everything is really scarce. However, see, I'm in the produce. A lot of the produce things came into Long Beach shipyards yesterday. So a lot of the stores here in Southern California will have their stuff by tomorrow. But today they don't have it. So tomorrow I should be able to find some eggs. All I need is eggs and bread. Isn't that sad? Just eggs and bread. I got everything else. And if I can't find it in the store, I promise you I will be online getting it and having somebody deliver it to my daggone house. Paying an arm and a leg, unfortunately. But hopefully I can find it. But there aren't that many people in the stores. When you go to the grocery stores, there's very few people in there at any given time now. We don't, the pandemic really part has stopped. But, if there's nothing in the stores, nobody's going to be coming anyway. So they got to get those shelves replenished, because if they think that people are going to have to stay home for another 4 weeks, then we're going to need it at some point to go replenish our supplies, because there wasn't enough. People ran through what was out there, and supposedly the stores have everything early in the morning. So I'm going to be there early in the morning. We're going to see if they're telling the lie or the truth. I'm going to be there when they open. Yeah, but we need the rain. We need the rain. I mean, there's precipitation going across the country right now. We need it. Thought the rain was coming today. Didn't come today. But it'll be here by tomorrow. But the little mom and pop, corner stores and everything are scared that they're not going to be able to stay open. Because if the trucks that are bringing in their liquor stop coming, because that's what most of them are. It's a little liquor store, and then they carry a few gallons of milk if you need them, and they carry some toilet paper and tissue and all that stuff. They carry excess of that, so you don't have to necessarily go to the grocery store for those kind of things. But they don't have eggs. They don't have no bread now either. Trust me, I've been looking there too for the bread. Nobody seems to have bread. So if I have to go to a bakery to get the bread, that's going to be sad. Because there is a Wonder Bread, one of those hostess stores. But they're probably not open right now. And I don't feel like venturing that far. Trying to stay close to the house. I'll figure it out. It's just trying to figure it out. It's like for a couple of things, y'all. And these are things that I was able to get some of, but they were limiting, and now there's nothing. And they still have the limits, by the way. But now there's plenty of milk. There's plenty of milk, but there's no eggs and there's no bread. But every store had plenty of milk. Yeah, because everybody stocked up on milk. They bought 4 and 5 of them the first time before you started limiting. So now everybody's got enough milk. And the thing is that you can only get the milk for like a week or two. Better be drinking it unless you're putting it down in your freezer and freezing that milk like they used to do in the old school days. But I don't know. I don't like milk enough for me to be dumping it down in the freezer to freeze it. Personally, I'm not a milk drinker. I like almond milk, but my almost 25-year-old likes milk. So we have milk for him. And then when we make pancakes, or French toast, but can't make any French toast because I don't have no bread. You see my dilemma? We need bread. Bread is an essential thing in the house. And I do have bread, but I'm starting to run low. I'm not completely out of bread. But I'm almost out of bread. I'm not completely out of eggs, but I'm almost out of eggs. So I'm trying to avoid getting to the point that I'm completely out of them, by the weekend. And that's my fault. I should have bought more bread, because that I could have thrown in the freezer. That I would have thrown in the freezer. The milk thing, I can't do that. That brings me the nightmares of when I was younger and my mom used to do that. So that, she could buy a bunch of milk at one time when she had the money to buy it. And then she would, as you drank the gallons of milk, she'd bring another one down out of the freezer. Yeah, I just don't understand. That's how people thought. But my mom was one of 11 children. Okay, so. And she was born in the 30s. So that's why. My dad was born in the 30s too. So, I guess they have a different mentality. I forgot to ask him I need to ask my dad if he has some certain things that I might need, like some masks and some gloves. And if he does, he needs to overnight them to his daughter. I bet he does, if he hasn't already donated them. But I bet you he has some. Because my dad is a neat freak. But he's a neat freak who is also a pack rat. And he keeps everything. Especially because he's a doctor. So yeah. But I forgot to ask him that when I FaceTimed him. I'm going to have to ask him that tomorrow. And then he can just ship it right here. And then I'll have that here. Because they are still delivering the mail. Yep. 11 children. One mama had all 11 of them kids. My grandmother had all 11 of those children. Single births. Single births. No twins. She had 11. So, she was pregnant. And I think she was pregnant more than 11 times. But she had 11 kids. That's a lot, though. And of my mom's brothers and sisters, only one sister is left. And 2 brothers. So out of 11, only 3 are left. 8 of them are gone, including my mom. Yep. And my father is one of 2. It was only him and his brother. And his brother, who was older than him, is already gone. And my cousin, my uncle's oldest, is gone. So I only have like 2 cousins on my dad's side, 2 first cousins on my dad's side. I've got a million first cousins on my mom's side, literally. I got so many first cousins because I think every one of my mom's siblings, with the exception of one, had more than one child. Yes, only one of my uncles had one child. Everybody else, I take it back. 2 people had one child, because my aunt Lois had one child. So 2 of them had one child, but everybody else had at least 2 kids. Hey, 1SP. Good evening. How is it north of the border? How are you guys doing up there? Well, I was lazy today, y'all. I did not cook. We had Pizza Hut. We had a pizza. Sorry. And then we had one of those chocolate chip cookies. It was so good. I'm telling y'all, when we get off of this lockdown, DC is the one in this house that is going to have gained some weight, because I'm gaining weight. I'm the one gaining weight. But I'm little, so I'm just gaining weight in the right places, I hope. Because I still have a flat stomach. So, but I'm gaining some weight a little bit. Because I'm eating my favorite food a lot. And my favorite food, you guys, is potatoes. Potatoes. And when you're trying to stretch stuff, you eat a lot of potatoes. And I love potatoes. And potatoes love my thighs. Potatoes love my thighs. And I really like French fried potatoes. Y'all have heard me eating French fries a lot. But it's all good. I'm exercising still. I'm still gonna get my walk in. I didn't walk today, but I've still been walking. Still doing my walking. Plus, I'm in a townhouse, y'all. So it's up and down the stairs all day, every day for me. I know I cook all the time, but I feel guilty when I don't cook, because I'm not really doing the fast food, and but pizza's good. And it was a meat lover's pizza, y'all. It was a meat lover's pizza. And it was a pan pizza. It was pan pizza with garlic and butter. But I only ate 3 slices. I didn't eat too much of it. I know. But the other night we had smothered pork chops, y'all. The other night we had smothered pork chops with rice and gravy and some turnip greens. Tomorrow I'm probably going to fry some chicken. I am. I'm probably going to fry some chicken tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do some jambalaya, some shrimp jambalaya. I don't know. One of those two. I'll decide. Oh, chili cheese fries. Oh, man. Oh, that might be something. We might have some chili cheese fries this weekend. That's a good idea, man. That's a great idea. You know where I used to love to get some chili fries from, y'all? The chili cheese fries from Fat Burgers. And for those of you who are east of the Mississippi, we used to get the Fat Burgers. Fat Burgers, it used to be, I don't think it's black owned anymore, was this black owned burger joint that started in California. Then Magic Johnson bought it and he took it to Arizona. But they had the best, they still around, but I just don't think it's black owned anymore. Because I believe Magic sold it. And I don't know who he sold it to. But they had the best, because their fries were the steak fries. They had the steak fries with the chili and the cheese on them. But there's a couple of burger joints around that have those, but they're not open right now because, some of the places are open for carry out, but some of them are shut down. They just not even taking a chance. Sad. But we do and I know people are doing the Uber Eats and the DoorDash and the Grubhub, because everybody doesn't cook, but, as you're eating out, be mindful in what you're eating out. You don't want to eat too much unhealthy food, especially during this time where we're all sitting up in the house and we're all basically couch potatoes, because those of us who used to be gym rats can't go to the gym. And I mean, I can do my Pilates anywhere. I don't have to go to the gym to do that, and I can still walk. I'm not prohibited from walking around the neighborhood, but some days I don't do it. Some of the places that I used to go walking, I can't go walking now, but please, while you're sitting in the house, if you can exercise, get some exercise in there. That is very true. You can still ride a bike, but my bike is on flat. I'm gonna have to go put some air in the tire. My bike is on a flat. Because I've been trying to teach my son how to ride, a bike. So, I had gotten those adult training wheels and put them on one of the bikes so he could ride them. But I have a beach cruiser. It's purple, of course. It's purple, of course. In case you were wondering, my bike is purple. My car is black. I like my cars to be black. But my bike is purple. Chili cheese fries. I might make some chili cheese fries. Y'all got me thinking I might make me some chili this weekend. Some chunky chili. And I already have a bag of the shredded cheese. I might have to do that. Because right now, this is a time where all of us, who cook, we have to start getting really creative and, coming up with different ways to make different things and all of that kind of stuff with limited resources, but you got to do that right now. Because you can't just keep cooking the same thing over and over and over and over and over. You want to, but you can't. So you got to mix it up a little bit. Like do some stews, do some seafood. If the people in your house can eat seafood. In my house, we can eat shellfish. My son can't have fish. So we can't have fish in our menu. So we can have everything else. And you can even make a whole lot of these good foods gluten-free. You can even make fried chicken gluten-free. You just have to have the gluten-free flour. And then you have to make sure that you are using the right kind of salt. Yeah, well that's what our crazy leader is saying too, 1SP. So it appears that the Canadian Prime Minister is smoking the same thing. It's 45. They're in this together. I'm telling you. I mean, but the banks are still open. But see, what he wants to do is lift so people can start getting on those planes. They want people to start getting on the planes and start going to hotels again. Start being in places that you can't social distance. How are you supposed to social distance on a plane? Unless are they going to have fill the planes? How are they going to do that? How are they going to do that? I'm just asking. Right now, you can get a ticket for like nothing, though. You can travel wherever you want in the United States right now for dirt cheap. And there's practically nobody on the plane with you. You can probably fly everywhere first class right now. Hey, Heaven Sent. Yeah, what do you have to do? Buy a seat for yourself and the seat next to you and the seat on the other side so that it's only you in that row? But the rows aren't six feet apart. So what are they going to do? Skip a row? I'm just wondering how they're going to do this with the social distancing laws. With all that in place. Or are we just going to say, forget about that and take our chances while this is killing people of all ages? Probably in a few years, this will just be another really, really bad type of, respiratory virus, that they have some type of vaccine to keep you from getting. But right now, it's killing people. And it doesn't care who you are, how old you are. Do not believe that only people with health risks and people who are older are at risk. That's not true. Now, when the average age is 40-something of people dying, that means that there are a lot more young people dying of this than they're saying. You got people in their 30s dying of this. You have people in their 20s. And then you have some people who are asymptomatic and it looks like they don't have anything. Like Idris Elba and his wife. Completely asymptomatic, but they're both tested positive. Thankfully, they're asymptomatic. Thankfully, they're probably just going to get through this, with very, very mild symptoms. But there's a lot of people that's not happening for. There is no rhyme or reason, so the best thing for everyone to do is to try to not, put yourself at risk. Social distance. Yeah, exactly. You got to eat. You have to eat healthy. People need to be eating green things. And I'm going to say this probably till I'm green in the face. Start yourself a garden. Start making, having some of your own vegetables right now. So you will be prepared for the next time this happens. Because believe me, after this happens this time, they will know how to do it the next time. And it will happen easier the next time. But you watch how they keep limiting this. The president's saying one thing and you're listening to the governors in the different states and they saying something completely different. Completely different. Because California schools, they're not going back to school until May. Okay? New York, I don't think they're going back to school at all this year. I think it's a wrap. And many colleges across the country, no matter what state they're in, have shut down. So, you tell me how he's going to make all of that unravel and come back to life by next week. I mean, the week after next. How's he going to do that? That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I mean, think about it. Let's see. This started in China. They peaked and they're anticipating that we'll start getting exports from them by the end of April. Okay, so that means that it was what, almost 4 months, 3 months there. So that means that this is really maybe the first month of this, really, for us, really. You think about it, because there wasn't really anything going on in January and February. Not really. We were focused on other things. We were focused on, mourning Kobe. That really took the whole country by, it just blew the United States away. And, nobody was expecting that to happen. So January, February, that's all everybody was thinking about. This didn't really start to really impact the world at large till late February, early March. But it had been causing havoc over in China since November. So that means that we're not even at the worst of this in our own country yet. And there's no way that he's going to open back up the country in 2 weeks. Any person with any sense in their head knows that's not going to happen. He's just saying what he thinks people want to hear. I don't know why he's saying that, though. He's saying all of this stuff because he's trying to keep Wall Street from collapsing again. Well, they're looking at what Congress is doing. So on the hope of that, the markets have stabilized a little bit. But it's only for the moment, because people are still losing jobs. So we don't know what's really going to happen. And right now, even, though it may not seem like it to some people, but for those of us who've been here for other things that have happened in the past, this is worse than what happened back in, 2008, 2009 with the housing, because that was something that we really could have controlled. You can't control a biological thing like this. They're trying, but they cannot they don't seem to be able to get ahead of this. Maybe the things that are being put in place now that will get the monies to the health industry, to the hospitals, and maybe the fact that all of these, specific manufacturers are manufacturing the things that are needed for this particular crisis, will start to hit the hospitals, and they will have what they need. So as people are being diagnosed for it, they can get a handle on it. But right now, that's not really in place. Not yet. Hey, Zero. So, we have a leader of our country. I don't, y'all. This is something that, we have been at war for over 25 years, and nothing like this has ever happened in this country before. There's nothing like this that's ever happened in this country. I don't think anything like this has happened in the world, where people were literally secluded in their homes, and it wasn't like because of, things falling out of the sky, bombs and stuff, since the Middle Ages. And the world was a much smaller place at that time. It was a much smaller place at that time. It just doesn't even make any sense to me. But I'm looking at, and I see we're over an hour, and I know that I don't want to make this long on the replay, so people will actually look at this, look at my live streams. I'm going to get off of here, but I'm going to come on because y'all know I always come on so y'all can see my face, so y'all know it's really me. 1 second. Let me see. There we go. Hi, everybody. See, I am safe and sound, locked up in my house. Anyway, I will be on tomorrow. I'm still off, thankfully, for one more day. I go back to work on Monday. I might try to come on during the day. I may try to come on during the day. Because what else am I going to be doing, y'all? What am I going to be doing? That's how we all feel right now. What are we doing? But I guess I'll watch a couple movies tonight. I'll watch a couple movies tonight to see if I can find some old stuff. Because I watched just about everything that's new on Netflix and on Amazon. So now I need to go find some old stuff. But thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, sister. I appreciate it. But as always, before I get off of here, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, David wants to come say hi. Come say hi. There's David. All right, guys. Bye.